What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on Market Buzz. In today's video, what we're going to be going over is just some stuff with indicators, how I use indicators to day trade. So without further ado, let's get into it. We are looking at the stock Apple, and the first indicator that I'm going to talk about is the VWAP, which stands for Volume Weighted Average Price. You can find it if you go to Studies, Edit Studies. You'll actually have to type it in, like right here, just VWAP or Volume Average, whatever. But it pops up here. You can click on it, show study, okay, apply. Oh, it brought me way over here. So usually the VWAP is going to be used for intraday, not the daily chart or anything. If we go to like a 5-minute chart, this is basically what it is the middle line right here, the purple line, is the average price of that specific stock or security that you're trading on that specific day. So it's basically an indicator that has mathematical equations into it to determine if the stock is underpriced, right at the average price, or overpriced, which under the price you can tell is the yellow, red is over the price. You can use it basically as like a support and resistance. You can see on this day how, right when it gets to the overpriced mark, it starts to get rejected and it never breaks above that. So usually not, and by the way, this is an indicator, so not, 100% of the time, but usually the red line is like a symbol to sell. It's going to act as a resistance. Very rarely will you see it used as a support. Usually the purple and the yellow ones you'll see used as support, even if you go to this day. Like, see, this is kind of used, and it doesn't really go too far from the yellow line. It gets rejected here. So like I said, it's really just used as support and resistance. People use it for that. It works. I mean, when you see a hard bounce like this huge wick, that shows you that, hey, this is used as support that day. Something like that. See, it's even used as support here. Gets rejected around here. So just like I said, support and resistance. If you utilize it like that, the VWAP can be really good for intraday. You don't want to use it on a 1-hour chart, stuff like that. Just like, a 5-minute, maybe a 15-minute. And, that's really about it. The next one that I want to talk about is, let me take this off real quick, is the RSI, which stands for Relative Strength Index. And by the way, you can add all of these indicators right here. You just type them in, find them, add them, and save them. I do want to say that I leave these settings for the default. I don't edit or customize this in any way, just because most people that are going to be using these indicators, they are not going to edit them, and you want to obviously use something that the mass of people are using. So you don't want to overthink something. So just stick something like that. The relative strength index can be used on a 30-minute, a daily, 5-minute, anything really. Basically, it's just showing you if something is oversold, which is right here, or if it gets above this yellow line, then it's overbought. Okay, so and something that you can use this for is like a divergence. Like you see here how the stock makes a low right here, and then the stock makes even a lower low right here. But if you look at the RSI, you see how this is lower and this is higher. This is what you would call bullish divergence, and you would go long here, meaning you want the stock to go up, and it did push up, right? So that would be a good spot of bullish divergence. Same thing as if it was bearish divergence, it would just be the opposite. It would be the stock makes a high and then a higher high, but on the RSI, it makes a high but then a lower high, for the second one. So that's good to keep that in mind. That's how you use it. It's a pretty good indicator. Works pretty well. I do know that, and this goes with the RSI, all the other indicators that I'm going to show you. You don't want to use just one indicator and say, that's it. I'm just, going to place that trade solely upon that one indicator. You don't want to do that. You want to have multiple indicators, just to kind of give you a little bit more of a confirmation. Like for instance, like I'm just looking at, if you put the RSI, the next one is the MACD, which stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. It's literally just a trend indicator. Basically, and I know it's kind of hard to see because I'm using my laptop and not my huge monitor, so I'm not used to the small screen, but you see how, this, and if it's below this line, then it's in a negative territory, right? It's in a downtrend, but you see how it gets above right here, okay? So it's above this line now. So it looks like it's starting to change trend. And then when it bounces right here, it continues to go up. You see how it bounces on this line and continues up. So that's just showing you that the downtrend is ended and a uptrend is starting to begin. That's something to watch. And also, like I was saying, don't use just one indicator to make a trade. What you could do is you obviously saw this bullish divergence here, and then you saw the crossover on the MACD. That could be two indicators, and as long as you have 2 to 3 indicators to determine if you want to enter a trade or not, that is vital. If you can have 2 or more confirmations on indicators, then that's reasonable to get in that trade. But if the MACD showed something different than the RSI, you might want to take a step back and don't enter in right away because it might be a fake out. And Apple could tank. It could not create this uptrend that it's creating. So always keep that in mind. The last one is the 9 and 21 EMA crossover. I've seen a lot of people use that nowadays. You just have a 9 exponential moving average and put the 21 on. And basically, you see how the blue is my 9 EMA and the yellow one is my 21. You see that it's not going above the 21 EMA, right? So it's continuous downtrend. But as it crosses over here, that's when hey, the downtrend might be over and a new uptrend might be created, which is what happened, right? It crossed over here, and then it continued to go in an uptrend. So if you were taking this trade and you saw the crossover, the bullish divergence, and the MACD crossover, that would be enough confirmation to get in a trade. And a lot of these, like the 9 and 21 EMA, the VWAP, I mean, not the VWAP, the RSI and the MACD, you can use those for intraday charts as well. I prefer to use the RSI, MACD, and the 9 and 21 EMA crossover on the 30-minute, 1 hour, stuff like that. It seems just to flow better and work better. So, but yeah, that's really about it, I would say, for day trading indicators. I don't really use Fibonacci. That would be, I think that would work best on more of a Forex, like currency type of trading, maybe a little bit of cryptocurrency, but I would usually just use these for the stock market. So remember, the VWAP, the RSI, the MACD, and the 9 and 21 EMA crossover. If you can utilize those, say you want to use indicators for day trading, because you don't have to. I mainly just use supply and demand zones and level 2 times of sales. I really like price action more than indicators because you have to remember that indicators are lagging, right? Indicators are literally a result of price action. So, they're only telling you what the chart is giving off. So they're like a secondhand information, which, I'm not saying that indicators are bad. I'm just saying that to keep that in mind when you're using indicators to place a trade. But yeah, guys, other than that, that is really the ones that I would consider on using if you want to use indicators for day trading or swing trading, whatever you want to do. And yeah, guys, hope y'all all enjoyed. Share this with a friend, and don't forget to drop a like. And if you have any questions or video suggestions, leave them down in the comment section below. And if you want to join our free Discord group chat that we have, people that want to learn how to trade stocks and whatnot, it's going to be, I think, the first or second link in the description. All right, guys, have a great day and see y'all later. Peace out.